This is like super weird. Super weird. Hey, it's Pat and JT, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And I'm on my AirPods. Jill's in front of a green screen, and we have a friend in Nashville with us. Like, this is a super, it's like a fairy tale weird wizard story.
It really is. And we should take a picture of this. We'll get a picture of this because it is, or Pat, grab one.
I'll screenshot it.
Yeah. But Lucas, welcome to the show. Thanks for jumping in.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you very much.
Now, we were turned on to you by our buddy Nick Kastner.
Kastner's awesome.
You know him. How do you know Nick?
I know him through his dad, Ralph, more than anything. That's how I got to meet Nick. But Ralph was with Cabela's for a long time, and I was a brand ambassador with Luke Bryan and Justin Moore with Cabela's for 5 or 6 years. So that's how we all met. Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah, look. Well, Nick on our show, he comes on every once in a while. He's
Nice.
Our fact checker.
Ah.
And the CEO of making us feel old.
I love it. I love it.
God.
No, a lot of fun. No, a lot of fun. So just kind of give us a little bit of background about yourself, because you are a Nebraska boy, but you are not in Nebraska right now, but you're going to be coming back to Nebraska. And so we'll try and wrap this all in, and then we're going to dig a little deeper.
Absolutely. Well, I grew up in a little bitty town just southwest of Omaha called Hubble, Nebraska, and a town of 44 people. So pretty small.
Jeez.
And we all know what small town living is like back there. I loved every second of it. My mom and dad still live there, my brother. And I decided that Nashville was the place for me right out of high school and moved down here and been kicking down, writing doors and touring all over the world since.
That's awesome. So how did you get to Nashville? I mean, you didn't just like move in and say, okay, I'm playing.
That's pretty much what I did. I literally loaded up my old Dodge truck with everything that I had and the only guitar I knew and just drove down here. I didn't know a single person. And I just started, walking up and down the sidewalks on Music Row and knocking on doors and trying to write with anybody.
That's unbelievable. How old were you when you did that?
20 years old.
Okay, so putting it in real life terms for me, my son's going to be 20 next November. That would scare the living shit out of me. Your parents, and now I'm just talking because it's my son.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that your parents weren't scared to death knowing you were going to a strange city with just your truck and your goods and trying to make it happen.
I was a pretty independent kid growing up, and they were really supportive. They gave me their blessing right away. I'm sure they were scared to death behind the scenes, but
yeah.
I was confident that, that was the place I needed to be, and moved down there and just started doing everything. And one of the first guys I met when I moved to town was Eddie Kay, who's Eddie Kilgallen, who is the band leader for Montgomery Gentry at the time, but was one of the founding members of Ricochet. And we're still best friends today. He's actually coming back. He's my band leader for all my Christmas shows.
Oh my God.
He kind of took me under his wing when I first got there and kept me out of trouble a little bit, and maybe helped me get into trouble too.
That's awesome. That's great. Now you're mentioning a lot of names that are like they go back to the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Some of those names, and I noticed your latest album, 1225. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Christmas album that's coming out, and I saw the name Skip Ewing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, where did he go? Because I haven't seen that name since the 90s.
Right.
And I kind of did a little digging on him and realized he didn't intend to write any more music for a long time there. He just he moved to Wyoming?
He still lives in Wyoming. Yeah. So, I grew up on Skip's music as a kid. My mom and dad were like, here, listen to this stuff. These are the guys that are writing the hits. And I was like, man, this guy can sing his butt off too. And just fell in love with his stuff, and got to know him this last year because of a song that I recorded about 3 or 4 years ago. It wasn't his child. And he reached out through my booking agent and called me. I've still got the voicemail on my phone.
Oh my God.
And he goes, hey man, this is Skip Ewing, and just want to let you know I heard your version of It Wasn't His Child, and man, thank you for recording it. It was so good. He loved it. And I instantly called him right back. I was like, man, I've been trying to get a hold of you for years, brother. And we quickly became great friends, and he wanted to sing on my album, and I was just with him at the Opry, and just a great guy. But yeah, it was about, I think, right at the end of the 90s, early 2000s, where he was just like, I'm done with music. And he went on a road tour where he just started learning about horses and became this huge horse guy. And now he lives on a ranch in Wyoming, and he's a chef up there and stuff. but now he's kind of got a revigor of the music, and he's back at it.
It's true. I mean, he's had the biggest names record his songs.
Yeah, huge.
But not that he wasn't a big name in his time.
Right.
But, I mean, just to the general public, listening, it's like a lot of the songs you listen to that are by your favorite artists might be a Skip Ewing song.
I'd say like 50 to 60% of any 90s hit was written by Skip.
In some way. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. That's incredible. So one thing that we do know about you is you kind of like Garth Brooks.
I kind of like Garth, yeah.
Fanboy on him a little or what?
Yeah, I mean, growing up as a kid, listening to those songs, and just the way he would entertain and be able to just captivate a crowd, just him and a guitar, that really, excited me. So I just started learning every song that I could of his, and it was really cool when I first moved to Nashville. It was only about 4 or 5 months, and I'm sitting in my little trashy 1-bedroom apartment on my lawn chair furniture, and I get a phone call, and the only people that know my phone number are my mom and dad. So instantly I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And this guy goes, "No, man, this is James Garver," and I was like, "Oh, whatever." My brother's being a pain in the ass, right? And because James Garver was Garth Brooks' band leader and guitar player forever, and he's like, "Hey, I want you to come out to dinner." I hung up on him first off, and he calls back and he goes, "No, man, this is James. He's like, don't hang up. Your brother is working on my dad's house in Kansas City and told me I should give you a call." And I was like, "What? It doesn't stuff like this doesn't happen, right?" So I was like, "Okay, where do you want to go to dinner?" He's like, "Let's go to Cracker Barrel." I'm like, "I'm in."
I'm in. Oh God, yes.
So we start, building a friendship, and we go and start writing songs together. And he invites me into the studio. He's like, "Man, let's record some of these songs we wrote." And I walk in the studio, and it's Garth's entire road band, And Garth's semi-retired at the time, so he's not playing. And I've got his it's Palmer on drums and Steve on keys, and everybody. I'm like, "What do you guys want to warm up on?" And I was like, "Two of a kind, working on a full house." I was like,
Did you not feel like just like weak in the knees when you walked in?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I was the worst recording they'd ever heard by a vocalist because I was just too excited that they were all there.
I mean, like going into that, is it intimidating, or like you said, you were excited, or were you freaked out? Like, I don't know if I can do this.
All the above. Every emotion you could possibly think of was hitting you at one time.
Yeah, like jumping in an ice bath. It's like, this is amazing.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So have you ever had the chance then to meet Garth?
I met him briefly, him and Tricia, at, I think it was Kenny Rogers' Hall of Fame induction downtown. And we were all sitting there, and I kind of took up my opportunity to go up and say hi. And he was like, "Yeah, man, it's good to meet you." And this is real, quick and fast and easy. And I hadn't put out Power of Garth yet. So I didn't have really anything to talk to him about except for those things. So I was kind of like, that's the only time you'll probably ever see me like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yes, you have that one opportunity. You're meeting the person.
Right. Yeah.
Like, hi.
Yeah, I felt like, oh my God.
I know we told this story a million times. We had this girl on our show though named Heidi, and she loves Chris Daughtry. And when he came to town, we got her backstage so she could meet. That was her one hall pass. Her husband gave her one hall pass. Whatever.
Oh, so, dangerous.
Yeah. So we got them both backstage. So her and her husband were back there backstage, and they were getting ready to take a picture with Chris Daughtry. And she had this one moment in time to ask him anything, to say anything to him, and she leaned in. Yes, like this is it.
No.
I'm gonna win him over. We're gonna get a hotel key. We're going. And she leans in and she goes, "Thanks for coming to Omaha." And that was it. And they're like, totally. I know.
What? Oh my gosh!
Like, what?
I see flashbacks of Ross going up to that girl in the the coffee house at Fred's. Totally. Hey, no, wait!
I didn't even think
this
about
is flattering.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
Awesome. Oh yeah. So tell us a little bit about this show that's coming up. Around the corner.
So this is my very first start of a Christmas tours, right? So when I was home for Thanksgiving. Back in Hubble, I was walking up and down that little town, and I was like, man, this place has seen better days. It's been flooded and fires and tornadoes, and there's nothing downtown anymore except the post office and the old community hall.
Yeah.
And me and my buddy go up there and play basketball on the holidays, and that's the only thing that's there. But there's this old stage clear at the end that, I mean, this is 100 years that this place has been up. And I was like, man, it'd be really cool to come back and do a show here. And I just started talking to everybody. I was like, hey, what if I came back and did a show? And the town kind of got frantic, and they're like, yes, let's do it. So we decided to start the tour off there. We've already sold out, which it only seats about 200 people at max. And we're probably pushing the weight limit on that floor.
Right. I mean, go back to, again, the town population.
44 people, yeah.
You're drawn from the local cities, no doubt.
Yes.
And I'm just going to mention, I spent a lot of time in that area.
Shocker,
right? But Ruskin,
yeah,
the Broken Spoke.
Heck yeah.
Say, yeah, shout out to the Broken Spoke. By the
you
way.
Go out there and ask them, and when you get on stage, say, hey, does anybody know JT from Pat and JT? Everyone will go, and a couple guys will leave.
I don't think
love it.
Who knows? Whatever. Yeah, because when my girlfriend lived just outside of Ruskin, and so
nice.
Her family's from Clay Center. And then I was living in Juniata at the time, out in central Nebraska. But anyway,
right on.
I was like, I know where that town, and like that, Ruskin has about 2 buildings that are still occupied in downtown.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's pretty much vacant. But so you got this lined up. You guys are sold out. Is anybody else coming to play with you, or are you just going to do a one-man show?
I might have. Well, my entire band's coming with me. So we've got a great production crew. TMS out of Omaha there is sending down my good buddy Pat, and we're going to deck it out with lights and snow and fog, and awesome. Have a great time, bring some life back into that little town. So there's
no support in anything better than the support from a small town. When somebody that from a local person goes on to do, even if they don't reach the pinnacle of their career in whatever it is, if they go out and just try, man, they're going to help you try to get to where you want to be. It's pretty awesome.
It's so true, man.
Yeah, Pat's a small town as well.
From went to Waterloo, and just from Ashland. So we both understand what that means. Just being able to go back home and see your friends and your old teachers, and there's something about that people in other parts of the country don't get.
No, you're absolutely right, man.
100%.
Yeah,
that is true. Okay. So you're kicking things off there. Then
and then we'll be in Omaha on the 21st at Barnado Lounge, which that place is so cool. We did a show last year there. And had such a great time. I think we might have sold that place out too, but it was just a beautiful place. It's fun to hang out there. They've got a really cool speakeasy in the back too, and we're gonna decorate it up for Christmas and just have a great Christmas show.
Fantastic! Is the Holland still on your schedule?
I think we're gonna have to do that next year.
Okay.
I think they were having some show conflicts and some ticket failures because they have more COVID restrictions. So a lot of people don't want to wear masks and things like that. And you don't have to worry about that at these shows. So,
okay, got that. All right. So, regardless, you can't. If you want to go to Hubble, you're probably gonna have to stand outside.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's only maybe some standing room only tickets. But we'll see.
Bar.
Yeah.
When you come to Omaha. All right. So we got a couple of questions for you since you brought up we were talking about small towns and getting back with your high school buddies. What were you most known for when you were in high school?
Oh my God. Nothing. I was literally, I started dating my high school sweetheart when I was in 7th, 8th grade, and we dated the entire time. So I was pretty focused on girls.
Right.
At the time.
You got too with there's not. It's like, oh my God, you found your girl, and it's like when you're in a small town.
Yep.
It's kind
you
of
hold on to it,
right?
The dating pool was cracked, and all the water fell out of it. So
exactly right. You're just like, I'm good.
Yeah. No, I mean, I loved all sports. So it was from track to basketball, baseball, everything. We were always doing sports or hunting and fishing. It didn't matter what it was. We were trying to be outside, and that's what all of us did. There was no real, I wasn't the class clown or anything like that. I was kind of just that music kid.
Nothing like that. You were
my
spelling bee or
God, no. I was so bad at school. I mean, all the teachers were like, "We're just going to pass him. Just pass him. Get him out of here.
just kick him on down the road. Right? Yeah. Kick that problem down the road.
He'll figure it out."
Which kind of brings us to the next question. If you hadn't figured it all out, you moved to Nashville. What was your plan B?
So I I had a scholarship to go to the Spartan School of Aeronautics in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I was going to be a pilot.
That's not. See, you didn't do that bad in school.
I know. Well, I got lucky.
He didn't say what kind of pilot he was going to be, a good one or a bad one.
Right. It probably been a really bad one. I wanted to actually be a bush pilot where I would be flying into these camps and stuff. And I had an offer to go to do some stuff in Mazatlan where we were flying missionary work and things like that. But
that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would have been.
You're still like when you make it and you're a multimillionaire, everything. You see yourself being like a John Travolta, having your own plane, and being a pilot at that point.
Absolutely, I'm in the process of getting my pilot's license right now.
Cool.
Got to take the physicals, and then a buddy of mine's a retired Air Force colonel out in California, in Sacramento area. So he's going to give me all the lessons for free, and I just got to go out there and spend about 4 days and figure it all out.
Have you gotten to the point at all where you're doing a solo yet? Or are you still?
Oh, no. I'm still at the beginning stages.
Okay.
Yeah. Very beginning.
That would be. I've wanted to be a pilot forever, but I don't trust myself, like processes, because I've loved, that was one of my passions. I wanted to be a pilot, but like I just said, I don't trust myself doing that.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that's going to be a very nerve-wracking experience, going up in a plane by yourself for the first time, like comparing it to going on stage for the first time.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. My dad was a pilot, and he was a member of a flying club in Hubble, or in Belleville, Kansas, which is only 13 miles away. So me and my brother used to go flying with him all the time. We'd fly to Kansas City and Salina and places like that, and nothing far. And I just fell in love with it, right? And just always wanted to do it. And so now we're trying to weave it into an episode of my TV series where they follow me on my process of becoming a pilot, and then the first time I really do a solo, I'm dropping into a camp somewhere and we go hunting.
Okay, wait a minute. You got to back up a minute. You said TV series?
Yeah. I've got my own TV show on Sportsman's Channel.
Bury the lead, Hot Rod. Wait a minute. Back up here. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, it's called Hoge Wild. It's an outdoor adventure lifestyle series. And you like the name? And we travel all over the world, hunting, fishing, scuba diving, jumping out of airplanes, and playing music. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Wow. Again, what channel is that on?
It airs every Monday night on Sportsman's Channel at 6:30 Central Time. We just had the season 2 finale was last night, or was today Wednesday or Monday?
No,
Monday.
As we speak, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
As this goes live on Thursday. So
awesome.
Tomorrow. Yeah. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. It's fun, and I get to have a lot of good guests on the show. I've had my buddy Justin Moore come on, and my buddy the Swan Brothers, and we're gonna have a lot more.
I just gotta ask you. You've thrown a lot of names around. Is there anybody?
I'm dropping
You're dropping them.
Pick up those names.
That's it, right? But is there anybody you're friends with that you can't believe you're friends with? That when you're talking to somebody, that sometimes when it comes out of your mouth, you're like, "Holy crap! I just said that." That's my best friend. That's my friend.
I mean,
it's like I'm friends with that person.
Honestly, now, I mean, I love all my friends, but if I had to do a man crush or something and be like, this is the guy, it was Skip, honestly. I mean, for the longest time, for that whole year, I was like, I can't, I'm like, every time we call, I'm like, might go over to my wife, hey, Skip's calling me.
Of course.
Hold on, I got to take this.
Screenshot. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That's kind of funny. We have a buddy that's on our show every once in a while. He's astronaut Clay Anderson.
Oh, cool.
From Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes saying that out loud. And he went to my high school, and it still just blows my mind that I know an astronaut. And I mean,
right.
He's him, but it is so flipping cool. And he is all friends you may know. Do you know Clayton Anderson, the singer?
I do not.
He is in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
Get a chance to look him up. And Clayton Anderson, the singer, keeps getting tweets and emails, etc. from Clayton Anderson, the astronaut. And now they're best friends and they're writing a song together.
That's so great. I love that.
It's crazy. So anyway, all right. So I'm trying to think. I guess really is the whole thing is to get a chance to see you next week when you come in town, or be sure to get the album. The album is out now, right? 12/25.
Yeah, 12/25 is out, and like you said, it's got some amazing people, Skip Ewing on there, but Jamie O'Neill, she's another one. I mean, all these 90s acts that I grew up loving as a kid, moving to town and finally getting to talk to them and hang out with them, and they're so cool. Like Mark Wills is a friend of mine, Tracy Lawrence, just good people, Clay Walker, Jamie O'Neill. I mean, I'm like, you guys are like talking to me and stuff. What's up?
This is so cool. It's kind of an Uncle Rico moment because you're just living in the 90s, and it's just
I love it. And that's when the best music was, wasn't it? I mean, geez, I loved it.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, Pat, did you have anything else?
Oh, we lost you.
That's the best you've sounded in a long time.
Oopsie. Sorry.
He had the flush button on.
Went camera off, went to the bathroom quick.
Right.
No, we just heard a lot about it. It's super nice to meet you. We've heard a lot about you from Nick. And
likewise.
When you are close by, sometime you should come up and play on our show, actually. In studio.
I would love to. Absolutely. Yeah, please. If you guys are around on the 21st, come out to Barnado. We're going to have a wine and whiskey tasting out there and just a VIP fun time before the show. And it's going to be a great show. I hope y'all like Christmas music out there.
Oh, heck yeah.
We do.
Sure. Lucas, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Lucas.
Guys. Appreciate y'all.
You got it. You guys can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's Pat and JT, or you can text us also at 402-403-9478.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Huda Media Production.
Real quick.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to say, I'm going to be on Fox and Friends on Saturday morning, so y'all need to tune in.
I'm like, he waits till after the show. So
wait, hold on.
I'm sorry, I completely forgot about it.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to the White House tomorrow and going to have dinner with. Totally forgot about that. Oh my god.
That's how you know you made it.
Oh,
yeah.
Geez.
Those little details slipped in mind.
Sorry. Oh gosh. Yeah, tune in.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Lucas. This has been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us, and
My
hope
pleasure.
everything's going well there. We didn't really touch on that, but what's going on down there? You guys, were you hit, or just the area kind of knocked out power? Or?
We were just big, heavy winds and stuff knocked out all of our power lines on this street, so it took out like, I don't know, there's probably 20 or 30,000 people right here where I'm at.
Wow.
And then we finally got power back, like I said, last night. But it knocked out, like, my HVAC unit doesn't work. 2 computers are blown up. Our coffee pot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All the necessities. Have you
going
talked
through
to your
that.
folks about the weather around here? We're expecting winds this afternoon, like F1 winds.
That's what Mom said, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, and rain, like around 3 or something. It's supposed to be, but they said there's a possibility of stupid tornadoes this afternoon.
Hey.
And it was literally hot and humid this morning to me. Sasha, did it feel like that to you? It was weird. You walked outside and it smelled like rain. And it's like,
okay, that's creepy.
It is December 15th, and this smells like spring. It was really weird. So
be safe, you guys.
Absolutely, you too, and safe travel.
Anything else? Like anything else big?
Seriously.
Oh yeah, I won a Grammy the other day. All right.
Sure.
See you guys.
We're saying that. All right.
Bye.